Hello, Durud and Shalom, and hola, monkey.
Hola, how you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. I mean, actually, not that good because we prefer to like a lot of stuff that we want happen is still not happening, but we're hopeful that they will happen at some point. We'll see. Are you optimistic or not? No,
Cautiously, I would say cautiously. There's been talks
cautiously.
of you larger things being in the works.
Hmm. I have some interesting videos from Iran. Let me see. I have so many videos from Iran that I could share with you guys, but I don't want to share all of them. I will only share. Let me download two of the more interesting. No, three interesting ones for you guys that will give you a good understanding of what the situation in Iran is like. These are actually all three of them are kind of funny. So I'll look up forward to that. Guys in the chat, we're going to pay attention to you guys. Monkey's already starting comments so that we could respond to later. But before
Yes.
we do that, yes, but before, thank you, Monkey. Thank you for doing that. But I do want to quickly give everybody an update so that we know where we are at, and so that we're all on the same page. And then we'll get to your comments and our opinions. So let's get into it.
Fox News alert, light them up. Trump unleashed hell on the mullahs after they tried and failed to pull a sneak attack at our base. CENTCOM blasted Iran's command centers, missiles, drones, and surveillance and defense sites. This could be the opening act because Trump was handed a 2-week plan of nonstop attacks by CENTCOM Commander Admiral Brad Cooper, who's been reportedly jockeying with Raising Cane for Trump's ear. Kane's usually a more cautious one. He's got to see the global picture, but Cooper wants to bring the heat in Iran. And
so Kane is more conscious. He wants to see the global picture. So Kane would be worried about if that is true, then Kane would be worried about if we go into this, we might use too many missile interceptor. That what I'm hearing, which might be wrong, and this is why we have Monkey here, who has more experience with military stuff. So I'll tell you what I'm hearing, and you could tell me why I'm wrong. When he says Kane is more cautious, but Admiral Cooper wants to go all in, to me it suggests that Kane thinks that we need to worry about the missile interceptor stockpiles, uh, so that we have enough of them in case something else happens around the world. Am I reading this correctly or no?
I could have a different interpretation. My interpretation could be we want more regional partners taking care of the Red Sea. We want to do the shaping operations in Iraq and deal with the Houthis before we get into it with Iran, because once we go in there, we're not going to be able to divert forces outside. So we may want more regional partners set up, and we might want to have a tighter lid on Lebanon and Iraq.
So if I am the Islamic Republic, then my thinking is like, okay, these people are basically doing the calamari strategy. They're cutting my tentacles so that they could eventually come for me. So what I should be doing, given that the main thing that they're concerned about is not having enough missile interceptors, I shouldn't sit back and watch them keep cutting pulling out my fangs with the Houthis, with Hezbollah, with Hamas that just recently announced that they're going to be disarming, with Hashd al-Shabi, with the Strait of Hormuz. I shouldn't just sit back and just watch them do all of this. I should throw missiles at them so that I force them to keep using their missile interceptors, so that when it gets time for them to come to me, they don't have enough to defend themselves. That would be my thinking if I was the Islamic Republic. Would that be? What do you think about that?
I think that's likely. Like, they're thinking, and that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How could you adjust for that? Like, given that you're forced to use your missile interceptors, even if you're not going for the head of the beast.
Attack first.
Attack first. Right to the point. Yes. Go for the head right away instead of cutting the tentacles. That's what you want.
I think that's a good argument. I think that's the argument that's being had here at command. Let me shape this stuff. Yeah, but if they notice this is going to be the other outcome. Okay, so we hit them first. I think that's the argument. I don't think it's so much about. I don't think they're afraid of China doing something crazy to Taiwan. I don't think they have enough gas to do that. I don't think they're thinking about Russia doing something crazy. You know what Russia's worried about? China taking back a whole lot of land that Russia took from China. They have old beef. People forget they have old beef between them. And right now, Russia's in a position where China is like saying, you know what? Let this Iran thing play out. And let this Ukraine thing play out. Let's keep things the way they are, and maybe I can take the oil land myself, and then I don't need to count on Iran. I could just let Russia get itself screwed so hard that I get that territory from Russia, and then I get my own oil fields.
Okay, let's see the rest of the update. You know, your plan, Monkey, makes more and more sense every single day.
He's got to see the global picture, but Cooper wants to bring the heat in Iran. And Pistol Pete, all in. These wouldn't be tit-for-tat strikes. This is a full-on body blow meant to cripple Iran and drag them back to the table. And Israel already saying Trump's prepped for something, quote, bigger than we...
See, I don't like that. If that's the plan, I don't like it.
Wants to bring the heat in Iran. And Pistol Pete, all in. These wouldn't be tit-for-tat strikes. This is a full-on body blow meant to cripple Iran and drag them back to the table.
Drag them back to the table. Would you like that? No table. Blow up the table.
The table creates thousands of Wuhan labs.
Yes.
You can't leave these people in power.
Sarah is saying no table. Drag them to hell. Don't drag them to the table. Drag them to hell. Yeah, exactly.
I like that plan.
And Israel already saying Trump's prepped for something, quote, bigger than we've seen before. The president's in go big mode, ready to wipe out whatever fight the enemy has left.
It would be actually bigger and more comprehensive than what Epic Fury has, because we have more targets through intelligence to take care of, and we also are at full.
Bigger. It would be bigger than Epic Fury. I hope.
No. What's the second part of what he said right there?
Oh, okay.
More targets?
Let me see.
More targets through intelligence to take care of, and we also
would
are
that
at
be?
full magazine depth.
More targets through intelligence. We don't need intelligence to hit bases. You don't need intelligence to, like, who do you need to hit through intelligence? You want to play a game?
All the remaining, all the
play the game of bingo.
Left on the everybody, exactly.
Yeah.
Everybody on the bingo sheet. Everybody.
Yeah.
Yes, more intelligence. You're right, actually. That was a good observation. More intelligence doesn't mean bases and launchers. More intelligence means everybody left here. Bingo sheet card.
And that's that would like tell me that's that big smile on BB.
So this is what makes you cautiously optimistic. This kind of talk. Yes, okay. Hopefully that means no table.
To deal with those targets. So it would be an all-out attack on their weapon systems every single day, 24/7, not just a 2-hour attack that we saw last night, but this is daylight attacks, night attacks, and they're going on for a couple of weeks.
We're armed and dangerous. The War Department struck a multi-billion-dollar deal for more Patriots. They're valuable. The Patriots have been protecting Saudi oil out in the Red Sea. The Navy also ordered 9 new attack ships, each one holding 40 Tomahawks and the Future Hypersonic Long-Range Strike Missile. And they run on nuclear, so no need to refuel for about 33 years. On top of that, 5 new Columbia-class boomer submarines, over 20,000 tons of pure force carrying the Trident II D5 nuclear ballistic missile. Once deployed, she'll be hauling most of our sea-based nukes. The blockade's already armed to the teeth. The P-8 Poseidon's been hunting the Iranian Mosquito fleet over the strait, and our Devil Dogs are waiting on our warships ready for action. Now the Saudis are joining in the fight, launching devastating blows to Iranian militia targets in Iraq. The gay Ayatollah is terrified. Reports say he's using a body double. His own caretakers don't even know if they're taking care of him or a fake. If he's still alive, he better stay in his cave, because Trump's ready to slice off another layer of leadership.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News.
So yeah, this makes me somewhat
Do you think there's a
optimistic.
fake Atola?
Um, if they want to do a fake Ayatollah, they have to have his entire face, act like his entire face has been destroyed. Yeah, because they can't do a fake Ayatollah with plastic surgery. It would be too easy to spot. It would like there would be people would be able to tell. Like there's no amount of plastic surgery that could make somebody look really like a, you know, there's will be telltale signs. So if
Well,
if
you
they want
could
to do fake
say,
Ayatollah, yeah.
you could say, okay, the reason he looks a little funny is not because this is just a body double that looks like him. It's because we did surgery to fix his face, and that's why he looks kind of like himself, but not really.
Yeah,
I mean, they lie about what happened in every like when they're not beyond lying about this kind of thing. I think they need an. I think the plausible deniability of having a bunch of doubles gives you the ability to have a double speak for him and say, well, of course it doesn't look like him, it's his double, but it's still his message, even if there's no real one behind all those doubles. You understand what I'm saying? Like, let's say
yeah.
you have body doubles because lots of leaders do that, right? Let's say you got that. Okay, well, except Trump. That's hard to get another guy that looks like that. But let's say you have some body doubles. You got them, right? The real one dies. You still put the doubles out there. And if anybody says anything, well, of course, that's his double. We don't want to put the real one out there, but that's the message.
Right. Wait, we got some super chats and some comments that you start. Let's go through them. Hamid, thank you so much. I think you were already a member. You probably renewed your membership. Thank you so much, Hamid, for being here with us. And then you start this comment. You wanted to respond to some of these?
Yes. Marcus Schul is saying that Morandi at Piers Morgan. Did anyone see that? He claimed innocent hanged in Isfahan had burned 4 policemen. I hate him. This is me asking for torture.
Wait,
Because
no,
I'm basically we're not doing that yet. Well, not yet, but
Okay.
at some point.
Okay. Okay. No. Okay.
'Cause I hate
torture,
Piers Morgan.
Okay. So no. Yes. Let me just clarify for YouTube. YouTube, we're anti-torture. Monkey is talking about us watching Piers Morgan videos, not like actual physical tortures. He's not asking for anybody to be tortured.
This isn't that kind of yes. There will be no leather, no whips, nothing like that. It's just good old fashioned listening to a dumbass.
Yes. Let me see if in the list of today's videos do I have some good torture. Oh my God, I have plenty. Yes, if we have time, there's going to be a lot of Piers Morgan today. So,
but is that one in there? Is there one with this Morandi guy? I think I remember him. He's the one with the funny hair like Tucker.
Oh yes, 3 of them. Oh my God, no, actually 4 of them are Morandi. So we probably
Jesus Christ! Oh, I'm in for some trouble.
Yes.
So we got you. We got you, Mark. We got you.
Yeah, we're gonna see that. We're gonna see what you're talking about, and then you start this one.
Yes. Will Nell says, "He's too busy getting high." Yeah, but it's meth, so they get really industrious, and not for a good reason. They get like that
Drugs
weird
are
stuff
bad.
they do.
We're not promoting that, okay? Drugs are bad, YouTube. The drugs are bad. Guys, stay in school, stay away from drugs.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Don't do that stuff. Fleshy interloper. I'm like the lawyer here.
No grazing, okay, good folks? No grazing.
Fleshy interloper with the super chat saying Ghalibov deal is deal with faction, not country. Yes. Yeah, well, I mean, even if you dealt with the entire Islamic Republic, dealing with the entire Islamic Republic wouldn't even be dealing with the country because they don't represent the country. But you're right. It's not dealing with the entirety of the Islamic Republic, only a segment of the Islamic Republic. This is what Monkey says. Like, if you can't keep saying, like, well, that wasn't us, that was them. Well, if it's not you, then why am I talking to you? So you're not a representative of the Islamic Republic. Like, it's almost, I don't care. Like, if you keep telling me, like, well, I'm making a deal with you, but these other people are not listening. Well, to me, if I'm dealing with you, I don't care. If you can't control them, it's almost as if whether you're lying and this is just you're pretending, you're playing good cop, bad cop with me, or if you're not, it doesn't matter. The effect is that you are violating our agreement. Right? Some Monkey said something like that. But how you worded better than me? Go on.
Yes, if you are not control of your army, I'm not making a deal with you. If you're lying and pretending to not control your army, I'm not making a deal with you. Let's say you could calm down the military and get them to give up the dust and get them to give up everything. I don't think you are a reformer. I think you're an extremist that prefers alternate method. And the alternate method that Galibaf might take, that the IRGC doesn't want to accept, might be making 1,000, 10,000 Wuhans inside Iran. Because the problem with the reformers is not that they're less hardline, it's that they are more open to alternative methods.
Exactly. Good point. And thank you, Fleshy. And Amir the Cricket with the super chat saying, the gay Ayatollah, just for this title, Fox News should be the supreme media news for everyone. Yes, true. I like, especially him, right? He's awesome. I love him. I like the way he summarizes.
He's a news Atola, Jesse Waters, the news Atola.
Anyway, so look at this. Israel and U.S. consider Iran land blockade. What is this? Let me read the summary of this article. The U.S. and Israel are reportedly considering a land blockade of Iran to increase economic pressure after months of military action failed to force Tehran back to negotiations. The proposal would involve persuading neighboring countries such as Iraq, Pakistan, Turkey, Turkmenistan, Afghanistan, Armenia, and Azerbaijan to restrict or close border crossings, limiting Iran's imports and exports. The idea was reportedly discussed alongside other options, including continuing the naval blockade, resuming strikes, or pursuing a diplomatic agreement. Supporters argued that isolating Iran economically could weaken the regime, although analysts note that enforcing a land blockade would be extremely difficult due to Iran's extensive borders and regional ties. I don't like this, and I'll first talk before the military expert here, our grease monkey, corrects me where I'm wrong. I don't like this because, first of all, this seems like a long-term operation. Monkey and Amu Jeff have convinced me that this needs to be like, we need to go boom, boom, boom and finish the job. This seems like a multi-month, multi-year plan operation. One, that's reason number one, I don't like it. Reason number two, I don't like it is because the Islamic Republic could basically, if they are being suffocated like this, they could do two things. First of all, they could start using their missiles to target energy infrastructures. We don't have enough defense system to protect all energy infrastructure around the Middle East. And even if we did, that would be depleting the munitions, the defense munitions even more. And three, actually, 1,000 Wuhans, right? Like as Monkey usually says. So this is why I don't like this plan. What do you think, Monkey? What did I get wrong?
Okay, so a deal takes time, but you can make tariffs and you could put tariffs and sanctions on immediately. So you could declare, if one fucking truck gets into Iran from any of these countries, it's on you. I don't give a fuck where your budget is right now. You better put some border guards out there, right? Like I don't like it because it takes time, but I do know that I don't want those man pads coming in. And this could be about those man pads, because a truck full of man pads comes in and they say it like remember we talked about it. They paid $70 million. They want to get shoulder fire rockets, right? That was what that whole deal was. You could now say, oh, I took the money, but they made this sanction thing, so you didn't get your thing, but that's not my fault. I'm China. I'm keeping the money, and your stuff didn't come in because the US put sanctions on, so Pakistan didn't let it through. So that's kind of on you. That's like, I did my side. Like, I don't even have the man. I think the Pakistan kept them for themselves. Like, okay, so let me bring storm this out. IRGC loses $70 million to China. China keeps the money. Pakistan gets to keep $70 million worth of shoulder fire munitions, and IRGC doesn't get shit. That would be the best case scenario. Worst case scenario is exactly what you laid out. These deals take time. The border is very porous. Like you laid out the worst case scenario, which I agree with, and I'm laying out the best case scenario.
Yeah, that's good. We have a range. By the way, today I'm going to be at OAN. I was just invited to go speak over there. So I need to
Oh,
be
that's
mindful of
awesome.
that.
You get better every time I see you speak. Like, you got, if you guys haven't seen his Ask Haviv interview, that was fantastic.
Wow. The guys, I'm a big boy now. They invite me to the news for my expertise. You know, they're taking me seriously. Thank you. Again, it's interesting. Every time I go there, I'm like, this is the last time they're gonna invite me. This is the last time, and then they call me again. So I'm like, wow, okay, maybe I did
Doing
okay.
God's work out there, or you would say doing God's work out there.
Good work. I mean, I can say God's work. We're not that sensitive to say the word God.
Oh, that's,
It's like,
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
yeah.
Cultural sensitivity, let's say. Appreciate that.
Yeah. So some people think like atheists should be like our vampires with the cross. Like I can say the word God. It's okay. I'm not gonna die. And then Sherry, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you, Sherry, saying payday. It's like thank you, Sherry. That's very sweet. You always come and support us on payday. Make sure you take care of yourself first, Sherry. Though, saying it's like IRGC making a deal with a U.S. state governor. That guy has no ability to control shit. Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a good.
Because
yeah.
any international deals are federal. So a state governor can't do anything about it.
Yeah. Good analogy. But and also Texas back. I miss Texas. It's good that she's here with us. I'm able to listen to whole stream right now as I work right now. That's good. Texas, it's not the same without you. It's never the same without you. So glad you're here. Okay. So look at this. Let's see what we think about this one. US drawing up 14-day air campaign against Iran, against the Islamic Republic. Yeah, so this is gonna, now everybody's talking about this. So let me just read it, and then you could tell me what, Monkey, if you want to explain what this 40-day plan seems to be and what you think about it. And let me see. After a brief pause, heavily influenced by Vice President J.D. Vance and CENTCOM Chief Admiral Brad Cooper over regional munitions limits claims, Cooper had laid out a go big alternative. The new plan details 10 to 14 days of sustained strikes specifically aimed at crippling Iran's missile and drone network. So we already talked about this yesterday, but now that some time has gone by and more people are talking about it, do you have any new understanding of what this is about? And
I don't like the end.
You don't like it?
Well, it like the last time I saw this, I don't know if they shortened it, but take the picture off and let's look at the last words on that post. Okay, you see where it says missile and drone network. I don't like that, but that's the Washington Post, so I don't really trust them.
Well,
right?
Is it?
But
I think it's
last
Washington.
time,
it's the Wall Street Journal.
Wall Street Journal. My bad. I hate them too. But the point is, I did see a version of this that said bases. I think that's an important thing to point out, like bases, because bases is more general, right? And bases, you could hit every base that, I think that's very, very important. If you're like IRGC bases, and this and this and this, I would be like, that's the best case scenario you can do for me is telling me we're hitting IRGC bases, missile defense, and drone networks. Okay, that's all I want. Like maybe I don't want to hit Artesh, right? Maybe they might come on board. Like I'm still iffy on Artesh. I'm not like trusting them completely. I'm sure there's some bad guys in there, but I'm not completely against because they seem to be sidelined by the IRGC and most likely to want to change.
Yeah. The more things go by, the more I see how you're coming to your conclusion, and the more makes sense it makes. So I really value your input. Thank you, Monkey, for that. The Monkey seems to be, if not always, but most of the time, right. But okay, let me see over here. So look at this. I have something interesting. I also
you think the chat would understand how low my self-esteem was until you started mentoring me? You think they have any idea? Because it was pretty bad.
Really? Okay.
You got to go back and look at the. It was bad. I was like, who the hell is gonna want to hear me? I'm nobody. Nobody cares what I think. But I do actually got a little experience. I do actually watch this stuff closely, and I'm glad somebody noticed, and I'm glad the chat is noticed. I appreciate you guys too.
Yeah, guys, put some bananas in the chat for the monkey. This is interesting. Look at this. I'm gonna give you something. Yeah. So this is IRGC is threatening Hormuz ships. So I think you guys should hear this. I think Ali played this yesterday, but I want you guys to hear this as well. So the U.S. Central Command, CENTCOM, on Thursday, July 30th, published a radio message on the social networks in X, in which the IRGC addresses vessels intending to pass through the Strait of Hormuz, warning them that if they do not return to their course, they will be targeted for the targeted attack and destroyed. In this message, the individual speaking on behalf of the IRGC Navy says, "You are in danger. Do not endanger your lives. To preserve the safety and security of the ship and its crew, you are ordered to immediately return to your point of origin. If you disobey, you will be targeted and certainly destroyed." So let's actually listen to this. It's going to be in Persian.
You are running danger. Don't put your...
Wait, it's actually in English.
You are running danger. Don't put your life in danger. To maintain the health and safety of the ship and crew, you are ordered to go back to your departure immediately. If you disobey, you will be targeted and destroyed definitely. This is Sepah Navy out.
Sepah Navy. So Sepah, when you hear he's saying this is Sepah Navy, Sepah just means IRGC. So the full version is IRGC in Persian is Sepah Pasdaran Jamhuriye, no, Sepah Pasdaran Enqilab Islami. So that's IRGC. And so, yeah, for your safety, go back. Safety from what? Like, why do we need safety? From them. So this is like how the mafia works, by the way. So just wanted to see what this is.
Don't be ashamed if something happened in your boat over here.
Yeah. Yes. Right. Oh,
actually, I would prefer the mafia.
You would prefer the... Yeah, actually, that's an insult to the mafia to call the IRGC a mafia. Yeah. Sherry gave us a super chat saying, "LOL, man pads. Why are men using pads?" Oh my god. Yeah, my god.
I'm not going to explain it.
No. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you. So the super chat. I don't know how to respond to that. Monkey, did you see what happened in Spain yesterday?
I did, but it isn't. It's Spain, but it's not Spain. Do you know what I mean?
It's not Spain anymore, you mean?
No. It's not. It's territory of Spain on the other side of the Strait of Gibraltar.
It's still part of the Schengen area, which means they have access now to the rest of Europe once they get there.
No, okay. Let me see if I can show you. If I have the correct reports, I think I'm pretty right about this. They can't really reach the other side. They would have to cross the sea.
Okay.
I'm gonna share my screen to show where it happened.
Before you do that, can I show people what happened?
Of course. I'll set this up while you do that.
Okay. So, guys, look at this. Insane footage from the Moroccan border with Spain. Thousands of migrants are gathering at the border. This is exactly what the Spanish Prime Minister Sanchez was aiming for. So, look at these. This is becoming a major hot topic. These are Muslims from Morocco basically coming into Spanish territory. Through the sea, through the sea. Yeah, this looks like World War Z. This is like an invasion.
Yes.
El máquina de la semana. En bicicleta por el agua.
He said on bicycle through the sea.
Yeah, how did he went through why did he bring his bicycle through the sea? I don't understand.
I'll explain it. I'll show the map so people can understand a little better.
Okay, sure. Bring it up. Oh, the rest of Spain. Let me see. All right, let me actually go show more footage of what's happening. So let me look at this one. Breaking. The Moroccan Muslims who have invaded the small Spanish city of Ceuta are now breaking into stores by the hundreds. Police are completely overwhelmed. Migrants can be seen running from one store to the next, grabbing items and running. Where is the military? So let's look at this. And then there's this video. Let me see. This video is saying the Spain-Morocco border is on fire. See for yourself. Europe is under Islamic attack. Let me play this one. This was later that night. All right, so let me actually read this field summary before we go to the monkey. An unprecedented migratory surge began on July 30th, basically yesterday, as tens of thousands gathered along the Moroccan border near Ceuta. Again, I don't know if I'm Ceuta, I don't know if I'm pronouncing the city's name right. Thousands attempted hazardous sea swims around breakwaters or push through border gates into the Spanish enclave. The Spanish government deployed military units on July 31st alongside, so a day after, which means on July 31st alongside local police to reestablish border control. Reaching, again, guys, sorry if I'm mispronouncing things, Ceuta does not automatically grant access to mainland Spain due to strict sea transport controls across the strait. Joint operations between Spanish and Moroccan security forces have largely halted the immediate border influx. Okay, so Monkey, what do you have for us?
All right. Like I was telling you, these places are not directly connected, right? So this is Morocco, this is Spain. All right. If you go into Morocco, you see all this is this Urdu or Persian? I don't know what kind of Arabic. I don't know what kind of letters this is. It's Arabic. Okay.
Yeah, that's probably Arabic. Yeah.
Okay. So as we get closer, here is the strait. Now you see this is Ceuta. Okay. You see this little line from this line this way. That's Spain. That's Spanish territory. You see, as you come in here closer, right? You're gonna see it says Puente de Quemadero, Príncipe. This is Spanish. All right. The closer you get, and this is how they got over, right? They're not gonna take a bicycle from here to here. They're not gonna go there in bicycle. They probably took a bicycle all the way up to here and then jumped here. All right. So if you get closer, you're gonna see that these are the towns, right? As you can see over here, everything Hospital Universitario de Ceuta, that's Ceuta University Hospital, Val Camarón, that's a shrimp bar. Camarón is like a shrimp. Farmacia Peulla. So this is where this happened. It's probably right here is where they jumped, right? And if you look at the cities, like this probably, let me see if I can get closer just to show you what this place looks like. Let me see if I can get the street view. How do I get the street view? Okay. Street view, is it here?
It's okay.
Like the closer you go, the more you see that this is a way nicer place. Street view, I forgot how to get it, but this is it. This is the place. This is so when they say it's an invasion of Spain, yes, it is. All these people are in incredible danger. I saw like 5 guys trying to break into a not the restaurant, 6 guys try to break into someone's house, like trying to climb it in through the window. Like this is an incredibly dangerous situation. This is not a joke, right? This is a territory of Spain, but it's not the same as this happening here. It's a very different calculus. So just to be clear, we don't want to like give the wrong impression, but it is still a very dangerous situation. It doesn't mean they get to vote over here. It doesn't mean it's just incredibly dangerous for these people.
Yeah, let me actually show you more videos of how dangerous it is. Here is look at this. So let me read the caption. North African Muslims criminals have just broken into Spain from Morocco via, how do you pronounce the city's name?
I think Ceuta. I don't know how to like Spaniards
Ceuta.
Like they got their own pronunciation.
Ceuta.
Ceuta,
okay, Europe is under attack. Okay, so let's look at this. This is another view of this. Not a single woman. It's just all young men. And here's another video saying, watch, Morocco appears to be deliberately transporting thousands of migrants towards the Spanish border, facilitating an invasion of Spain. So let's look at this. They're in the back of the truck. Probably copyrighted music, so I'm going to mute that. Look at that. This is how they're bringing them in. It's kind of like World War Z, isn't it?
Well, like we talked before about some organizations that sometimes aid in this. One that has been proven to do this is the UN. So I wouldn't doubt that there's some NGOs helping organize this, and then other NGOs in Europe and businesses in Europe that like that lower cost labor that could be helping this. Like there's a lot of mechanisms that go into this. All of them are pretty evil and pretty much anti-nationalist. They're all about their profit, or all about creating a bad situation and then asking for money to fix it. Like some of these NGOs will create this situation and then ask for donations so they can help accommodate these people. And they always take a little off the top, or a lot.
Right. So look at this. It's saying the upper estimates of migrants that have flooded into Ceuta, Spain, are now 100,000, with the official figure closer to 50,000. That's in one single day. This city had a population of 80,000. Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez says he takes responsibility for the distress felt by residents. Take responsibility by resigning hand control over to someone who will militarize the border and carry out mass remigration. So let's look at this segment here.
Today, some estimates indicate that the official figure is far too low. There could be perhaps 80 to 100,000 migrants who've crossed into Spanish territory. And this is a vision of America's future if the socialists, the communists take power in the United States in 2029, because this is exactly what they're going to do: offer an amnesty, have an open border, and you'll see the invasion of the United States. So what is happening in Europe right now is a vision of America's future if the crazy communists, socialists, the far left seize power in the United States. So this is a nightmare scenario, actually, not only for Europe, but also for America as well, if we see these scenes unfolding a few years from now.
So, you know, the thing is, this isn't random. This is Spanish Supreme Court ruled that limited the immediate return of migrants intercepted after reaching Ceuta by sea. And then they had a 2025 program that told undocumented migrants who did not commit crimes, basically you can stay. So if you're in Morocco living in squalor, you go, this is my chance. I'm going. I'm out of here. The White House says this.
Yes.
President Trump has long warned that Europe that would happen if they continue to implement far-left globalist policies.
Do you agree that this is the U.S.? This is if the Democrats win, if the socialists win?
It's what they did. Like, it's literally what they did. But it was a lot more people in the U.S.
Look at this. J.D. Vance posted about this, saying, "Thank God POTUS was elected and our country's borders no longer looks like this. These images out of Spain are an unfortunate reminder of the consequences of mass migration and the radical left-wing globalist policies that have enabled the invasion of the West." And then he's quoting this Bill guy saying, "Just look here. Do you see any women or children? I mean, most people would call these folks so-called asylum seekers. These are young guys just flooding into the country and overwhelming what if any border there is." Yeah, so let me actually play this video. I mean, I agree with JD Vance here.
Some really wild videos.
By the way, while I play this, I'll be right back. Give me a second, okay? I need to use the restroom.
All right.
Video here, chaos at the border of Spain's North African enclave in Morocco. This is a city called Ceuta. You're watching as thousands of migrants break through the fence and completely overwhelm the border police. Their video showing huge groups of people, mostly young military-age guys, cramming into inflatable tubes or arriving on shore in other ways, some of them wading in the water as they break through the gates to get to the other side. Sandra, this is reminiscent of kind of what we saw during the open border during the Biden administration through 2021, 2024, kind of similar to what we saw in Del Rio back in 2021. The socialist agenda, their platform literally says they want to abolish borders, abolish immigration enforcement, have complete freedom of movement. This is what it looks like in another country if they get what they want. Notice there is no resistance from the government whatsoever. These people are coming in without any obstruction. And if people don't know, Spain has a very left-wing government. Earlier this year, they did a big amnesty program for over 1 million illegal immigrants living in the country. They had 1.3 million illegal immigrants apply for that amnesty program between April and June. So that's what we call a pull factor, Sandra. They're looking for something like that. They know if they can just get their foot in the country, maybe someday that left-wing government will do another amnesty program. And you were just reading some of the wires. The locals want an emergency declaration. It sounds like
the ministry is saying no, and they will not deploy military to the border.
Apparently they don't think this is an I mean, look at this. This is a total free-for-all.
It does feel like we are looking at a few years ago when you were reporting at the border here in the United States. This is happening right now. This story is breaking right now. And you're not just talking about hundreds, thousands of migrants are pouring over the borders as we speak.
Yeah. And again, I mean, just look here. Do you see any women or children? I mean, most people would call these folks so-called asylum seekers. These are all young guys just flooding into the country and overwhelming what, if any, border there is. It looks like there's just kind of a small barbed wire fence or something like that. But you can see the Spanish government was caught completely off guard here. And you have thousands of these men. I mean, it literally looks like you often hear the word invasion, but it literally looks like one here. Look at that. I mean, you see the border fence there. They're all just going around it. And again,
the head of Spain's civil guard is calling this absolute chaos. In a brand new interview, he said, quote, "It's not possible to give precise numbers, but there are thousands of migrants crossing right now." He added that the border has totally collapsed, quote unquote.
Yeah, it certainly looks like it. And for folks who don't know where this is a small Spanish city, autonomous in North Africa. It's actually in Morocco, but it does have Spanish autonomy. It's called Ceuta. So this isn't on the mainland of Spain, but these images, we've been looking at them on social media all morning. It's just stark to see that there is no resistance whatsoever. I mean, at least in Del Rio back in 2021, when those 20,000 Haitians were crossing the river, similar images to this, you had some border patrol there. You had Texas DPS there trying to stop them. Here in Spain, there is absolutely nothing stopping these folks from wading ashore and climbing the fences. And Sandra, look at that in the background. I mean, there are thousands upon thousands of these men just flooding the country.
All right, Sketch just sent me a post.
I think this is very relevant. He's speaking in Spanish. I want you to see above. Like, I can translate it, no problem.
Okay, we could just read the above. So, seeing this is Santiago. Okay, so who's this guy? Let me read this. Saying the Iranian regime and the Venezuelan one have been behind the financing of the far left in Spain over the past 15 years. That's why Pedro Sanchez is the Ayatollah's best friend in Europe and Maduro's best friend. Okay, interesting. Thank you for that. Here's another video from.
He's the Vox Party. He's like the right-wing party, and he is denouncing the leftist union with these Islamists and how they join against the interest of the nation.
Here's another Spanish person. By the way, guys, I see your super chats. We're going to get to them soon. Let me see. Here's another Spanish person saying, "Hey, Pedrito, you were so busy attacking Israel for protecting its borders that you forgot about yours." So this is a Spanish person. Let me see what he's saying.
Ay, Pedrito.
Hey, Pedrito.
Estabas tan ocupado
You were so
atacando a
busy attacking
Israel
Israel
por proteger sus
for protecting its borders.
fronteras que te olvidaste
You forgot
de
about
las tuyas.
your own.
Miles de inmigrantes
Thousands of immigrants are.
africanos están
You know what? Just read the captions. It's not as good if I keep pausing it. Just read the captions.
Ay, Pedrito, estabas tan ocupado atacando a Israel por proteger sus fronteras que te olvidaste de las tuyas. Miles de inmigrantes africanos están invadiendo España mientras el control de las fronteras se desmorona. Mientras tú dabas lecciones de moral sobre Palestina, los españoles pensaban que también estabas gobernando España. Sabían que utilizabas Palestina para desviar la atención de los escándalos de corrupción que rodean tu gobierno. Lo que no sabían es que habías conseguido distraerte a ti mismo, tan ocupado buscando cómo enviar más dinero de los españoles a los terroristas que cruzaron las fronteras de Israel, que te olvidaste de proteger las fronteras de España. Y al final nos sorprende. Un líder que criticó un Estado democrático por defender a sus ciudadanos tampoco ha sabido defender a los suyos. Pedrito, tu prioridad debe ser España. Cada minuto que te dedicas a Palestina es un minuto que no dedicas a resolver los problemas de los españoles. Mientras hacías de Palestina tu prioridad, España perdió el control de sus fronteras. La soberanía de España no puede ser el precio de tu político exterior.
So the summary of it is basically stop trying to defend Palestine, protect your own country. That's what.
No, also send money to Palestine. I don't think he ever wanted to protect his own borders, but like part of the problem here is that he has a lot of corruption scandals, like a lot, him and his family. And he is also, like, as I believe through NGOs and other methods, trying to send money to Palestine.
Monkey, yesterday, Ali brought this up and somebody gave a super chat. Well, actually, before I talk, I'll tell you what I'm about to say. But before that, let's read our own super chats first. Amir saying, "Oh, you want to read this because you could pronounce these better than me."
El Cid, Spain legend, just flipped in his grave. Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Thank you, Amir. And then Sherry with a super chat saying, "Dear Spain, do not expect Trump to pick up the red phone. Good luck." Oh my God, yes. Yeah, I mean, exactly.
Well, they want this. They want to nationalize. They want to give these people citizenship.
Oh, yeah.
They want to make them vote. Let them vote leftist. Like, people within their party have said this.
But I feel bad. Like, I think there's a lot of Spanish people that are not for this, right? So there's a lot of Spanish patriots who are against this, and we should like see them. Like I feel bad. Like I know a lot of people. I don't want to say that Spain deserves this, because Spain is filled with so many people who are against their country being invaded like this, right?
Well, I was talking about the president,
No, I'm not.
Sanchez.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking about my own feelings about this. I just want to make sure, like, I wasn't negating you or Sherry. I'm just like communicating on top of what you
I'm
guys are.
so glad we showed one of the Vox politicians who's denouncing the regime, their ties to Venezuela, and
Right.
this other gentleman right here who is denouncing his tying his leftist agenda to Palestine. And when we got to counteract, just so the people know, as you guys have seen here, we're trying to show you like, hey, there's people in Spain that are sick of this shit. So you know, yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know about this. Someone says 84% of Spaniards did not vote for Sanchez. So I don't know how they structure their presidency. This could absolutely be true. I'm not absolutely sure, but I mean, I'm sure right now more than 84% hate him.
I could look it up really quickly and let you guys know if that's true. But while that is loading, let's go to the next super chat from Sherry saying, "Looks like a teen takeover without the twerking." Yes. No,
Give them
women,
time; they might start twerking.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want them twerking because don't even get me there. No, don't get me there. So let me give you what I found. Mathematically, roughly 84% of Spain's total population did not vote for Pedro Sanchez's party on July 23, 2023. However, Spain uses a parliamentary system where parliamentary coalitions determine the prime minister rather than direct popular vote. So 84%, he's right, this person was correct.
Yardy's on the money.
Yeah, that person like said that was. So yeah, Spain doesn't deserve this. 84% of the people did not vote for this. They don't deserve.
That's basically not ruled by consent of the people at all. I've seen this also when they pick in UK, when you can't just directly vote for prime minister. You have to do this other thing that the party chooses. I don't like it.
I don't like it either. Sean over the super chat saying, "Will America send a boat to help? Is there any way we could do that? Could we apply any pressure on Morocco?"
We just had a deal with Morocco. I feel like just a week ago, there was this presidential thing where they were saying, "Oh, we reached this deal with Morocco." So I don't know what's going on with that. If we could put any pressure on Morocco, but Morocco can't enter there, right? Like the local government would not have permission to go in there and pull those people out. The police are overwhelmed. I mean, they're not overwhelmed. They could just start doing stuff. Like you could just do stuff. Right, like in the old days, if you were running out of you were running in or out of a store during a riot, and you were like looting, that was grounds to take drastic measures from a long distance. I don't know if you could do that anymore. I don't know what the law is over there. We do believe in the law, but if the local police has any legal ways to put a severe stop to this, I would suggest they do that.
So Morocco has joined the Abrahamic Accord in 2020, which means that they have normalized their relationship with Israel, right? And in exchange for that, the United States recognized Morocco's sovereignty over the Western Sahara, right? Against Tunisia, I think. So Morocco maintains a very strong military and political alliance with the United States. So Morocco and United States are buddies, right? And
this explains why Tunisia joined the ICC.
Right. Okay. and also in 2026, U.S. legislation solidified Morocco as a key Western anchor in a regional defense framework. And there's also recent agreements in July 2026 further emphasize Morocco's vital role in regional peace alongside Washington.
Okay, so here's what I would do. I don't think Morocco can do anything about the people that already entered, but Morocco could absolutely go for anyone who is transporting people there and they could send their forces to like, hey, we're not doing this. I think Trump will have to have a little ring-a-ding-ling-ding, give him a little call, say, hey, can you get your peoples over there on the border so they're not invading Spain, please? Like, I know Pedro's is an asshole, but I kind of need your help, at least on your side. This is like just brainstorming it out. This is all I can think of.
Yeah.
Like, at least stem the blood, the flow, like, like shunt the wound, make it stop bleeding these people in.
Yeah. Hopefully. I mean, guys, I don't want to give up on Europe. Like some people were like, oh, Europe has fallen. Like, Europe is part of the West. We need to work on defending it. Sherry with a super chat saying, I think Lior is right. Spain should just send more goats to Morocco. Oh my God. I don't know. Hey, not this one. Okay. I'll get whatever goats you send there. This one is protected by me. Okay. This one is safe over here. All right. And then we have JG with a super sticker. Thank you so much, JG. Is the counter broken? It's not broken. Oh, yeah. There we go. And then we got Shauna with a super chat saying, I think America needs another Puerto Rico and North Africa. I'm just throwing out ideas. Oh my God, Monkey short comments, short. Okay, let's not open that door for too long. What do you think?
I in North Africa? What? No, don't do that to Puerto Ricans. Like, we don't want to go to that. Call it Puerto Africa. Don't call Puerto. It's not going to be a rich port. Like, Puerto Rico means rich port. Like, is it a rich port?
I don't think he wants to send you guys over there. I think if she wants to send you guys over there, I think she wants to have an area in North Africa that has basically the same part of the United States that has the same status like Puerto Rico. That's what I think she was saying. At least I'm not sure.
Well, you know what? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would understand that, because basically most of Puerto Rico wants to be a state, so we're pretty much for being together with America. The party that wants to be the state is the GOP, which is the majority in Puerto Rico. We have bases here, which is very great. So if you had that in North Africa, you would have bases, and it's your territory. You don't have to ask for
my
permission.
only concern would be then the Muslim people there will become Americans, and eventually they will migrate to the United States.
Yeah, but if it's like Puerto Rico, it would be like 99% Christian.
Okay.
They wouldn't even tolerate
that. JG with a super chat saying Spain's October 7th. Poetic irony. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's October 7th. Right? We haven't seen the level of massacre and genocide yet, at least, right? But also,
that was an armed thing. These people aren't armed. They're just thugs.
Yeah. Yes. But yeah, it's pretty devastating. And then we also have he's Pedro Sanchez himself. Is this the correct account? Yes, it is, because it has a great check mark saying he posted this. So this is probably in Spanish, obviously. So instead of listening to that, I'll just read the caption. Saying what has happened is an attack on Spain's territorial integrity and deserves our most resounding and energetic condemnation. Hey, be careful. You're sounding like an Israeli. This is the stuff that you attack Israel for saying. Okay, so how can you say that you attack Israel for saying the same things, right? Saying all of Spain stands with the people of, what was it again?
Ceuta, but like they need a little more than standing. They need you to do something. Like, oh, I'm gonna stand next to you. Why don't you go over there and stand there? Is Pedro gonna get on a plane and stand there in the middle of that crowd?
Ceuta. The government of Spain stands with the autonomous city. Thank you for again standing. Wow, so meaningful. Thank you for your cooperation that we have always maintained with the city government. We will use all the We will use all the resources of the state to guarantee security and coexistence, and our total and resounding commitment to the future of the autonomous city of Ceuta.
Another lie. So it's just lies in a row. You're not standing with them because you didn't go over there. You're not committing to send what they need, the resources, because you're not sending the military, right? You're not going there. You're not sending the military. You're not cooperating. So it's just every single statement was a lie.
Yeah. You know, Monkey, yesterday when Ali brought this up, somebody brought up a comment as a joke. I think it was Hezi. Yeah, it was Hezi in a super chat saying that because Ali asked, who should we blame for this? Right? Like, who's to be blamed for this? And Hezi joked in the comment, the Jews, Israel, right? That was a joke from yesterday. Right?
No way. No way.
Yes. Right. But but today, here's that joke being realized.
Oh
okay,
my God.
Okay, guys, let's blame the Jews. See, let's see how we could.
All right, Shlomo Fuentes, what you got?
All right.
Our featured story tonight, we're talking all about the Muslim African invasion of Spain and Europe. It doesn't get more blackpilling than this. The sights, the videos, the images coming out of Spain make you wish that Adolf Hitler would return.
Oh my God. YouTube, fuck this guy. We're against this guy. Screw this guy. Hitler was bad. We're against Hitler. Okay, we do not like Hitler. Jesus Christ, man. We're going to get our channel nuked.
Shlomo is clickbaiting. Shlomo Fuentes is just really baiting us hard.
Not really. Not actually, no. But you kind of do. No, but you are thinking about that and wishing that it would happen.
No, we're not. No, we're not. That's just you.
Hoping and wishing and even maybe praying that Hitler would return. Certainly it's preferable to this. I'm sure.
It's not YouTube. This is he's not a host, okay? You see at the top right corner of the screen, this monkey over here and me, we're the host, okay? This is the guy we're reviewing. AI, I hope your AI understand this, okay? We're not hoping for that at all, okay? That's
also
the
just
guy we're reviewing.
factually wrong. Hitler did deals with the Muslims. That's who he did deals with. He was close to them. Like if there was an invasion of Muslims coming during Hitler's time, it would be Hitler inviting it.
Yeah, exactly.
You've seen the video.
In fact, he praised Islam. He thought Christianity was too weak.
Today, potentially a record-breaking 40,000 Muslim Arabs from Morocco breached a border wall between Morocco and a Spanish enclave in northern Africa, invading the city. The city is called Ceuta. They invaded the city. They're now breaking into people's homes. And there's an interesting geopolitical dimension to this. A lot of people are looking at the videos and they're wondering, what is going on? Why has this happened? How is it even possible? You see the videos of droves, thousands, hundreds, thousands, literally pouring over the fence and around the fence by sea, breaking into Europe and running wild, setting cars on fire, trying to break into houses. You wonder how and why this is possible. And tonight, we're not just going to talk about the Muslim invasion of this enclave and the ongoing Muslim attack on Western civilization. There's a very interesting geopolitical dimension to all of this, which is surprising and unexpected. And the geopolitical dimension to the latest border crisis or flare-up between Morocco and Spain has a lot to do with the relationship between Morocco and the state of Israel, as always. Always.
The Jews! It's always the Jews! It's always the Jews. There's something always blaming the Jews.
I didn't catch that. Roll it back. Well, how did he tie it?
Well, he's about to explain. He's about to explain, but he first is now starting the claim. Yeah, hold on.
Which is surprising and unexpected. And the geopolitical dimension to the latest border crisis or flare-up between Morocco and Spain has a lot to do with the relationship between Morocco and the state of Israel, as always. Always goes back to this because as it stands, Morocco and Israel have a very deep relationship since 2020.
See, that's the Abrahamic Accord I was talking to you guys about.
When you might remember the first Trump administration brokered the Abraham Accords. And under the Abraham Accords, Morocco became one out of 4 Muslim-majority countries that normalized ties with Israel, recognizing their sovereignty and existence. And since then, Israel and Morocco have built up a very close relationship. You might also know this, that in almost the same amount of time since roughly 2023, Spain and Israel have been mortal enemies. Spain, under a left-wing government, has been hypercritical of Israel, their genocide in Gaza.
Isn't it crazy that a Muslim country is an ally of Israel and a Christian country's government, Spain, is an enemy of Israel? Isn't that weird that we live in times like this?
It's I would say, okay, that's not the majority.
Yes. That's why I said that's why I was you good observation. That's why I said when I said Spain, I said Christian country, the government is an ally because I knew that.
You know what? I missed that. I missed that. I got caught up in the chat. If you missed that, remember that he said it.
Yes, but that was pretty like self. You know, I'm proud of myself that I was like when I said Spanish Christian country, the government is like I'm proud of myself like catching that, not to like get all of Spain.
Look, I'm going to be honest with you. I think there's going to be all over Europe, not just in Spain, but Spain is probably going to get it pretty hard. What they call the pendulum swing, like blowback for all these leftist policy. Do you know what you've seen? What's going on in South America, right? You've seen how South America, not so much as Central America, but South America is very much turning against all the leftists and all this foreign intervention.
I know this because a monkey told me so. The only reason I know this is because yes.
Oh, you should check anyway because it's a monkey. But yeah. But I think we're gonna see something like that in Europe.
Hopefully. Oh my god. See, this is I love that monkey. This is why we shouldn't give up. People are like, oh, Europe has fallen. I think there's gonna be a backlash. We shouldn't give up. We should not give up on Europe. Guys, Europe is part of the Western civilization. Don't give up on Europe. There probably will be a backlash. Hopefully, there will be a backlash.
Another thing I like about this is the chat, because if it wasn't for the chat, for Yardi over here specifically in the chat, I wouldn't have known how high the sentiment was against this douchebag Pedro Sanchez. 84% voted like against the guy. I don't know how he got in power. Weird parliamentary system, whatever, but it just goes to show you like, wow, chat really gave me some good details on how many people are against that. That's something hopeful. I want to thank the chat for just looking out for us, letting us know what's up.
Yes, you guys add so much to the conversation. I appreciate you guys. Wait, before we read the rest of this, play the rest of this, we've got 2 more super chats. Sean is saying, no, I am talking about the Spanish territory that is being invaded. If Spain won't defend them and Morocco won't stop them, then why can't we just take it? It's MAGA country. You can't just do things.
Okay. They would have to secede. If they secede, if they locally decide we're not part of Spain anymore, we want to be part of the US. First of all, that's rough, because just because you decide you want to be part of the US doesn't mean the US is going to accept it, right? It's not like you've been members of the military for 100, like for a very long time. It's not like you're very much part of the culture. You don't have, so it's a very rough thing to do. Oh, okay. So Texas Troop says hard pass. Nope. Okay. So there's already, it's a little contentious, right? So they don't want that. You would have to see if most of America wants that. You would have to know if they want to secede. Who would they want to secede to? Maybe they'd want to be part of another country. Maybe they would tell the US, okay, we're not part of your country, but we're going to make the deal with you that in this cripple land, you can make as many bases as you want. There you go. And if you make bases there, they will defend that wall.
Yeah. And you know what? We just got a super chat. We have a good solution by Omid, an Iranian. Arm the how do you pronounce that?
Spaniards. Arm the Spaniards.
Okay, but that's not the Spaniards. That's not how you write that. But yes, arm the Spaniards. You know what? This is why we have the right to bear arms in the United States. This is why more countries need to have that.
Yeah. If they knew that if they go into a shop and try to steal, there's going to be a little bit of the boom booms. Yeah. I like the way you said. I like the way you said it, Omid. I'm not putting you on the spot, but it's the Spaniards.
Okay, I was trying to be funny. Oh, okay, sorry. Spanicians. Oh, Spanicians. That's how you pronounce what he's saying. Okay, armed Spanicians. Do you think if they had the Second Amendment there, something like this would be able to happen? Like if that place was more like Texas, probably this would not be able to happen, right? Like
well, it would be able to happen, but it would stop very fast. Like, wait a minute, there's dead people everywhere. Maybe let's run back. Let's run it back.
Omid, I like your solution. The more I think about it, the more I think like more countries need the Second Amendment. And then Shauna with a super chat saying, when Spain deported its Jews, they took refuge in a Muslim country. Yeah, back in the old times. Yes, I know what you're talking about. And the reason, Muslim territory. I think if you're talking about back then, I don't think we could call it a country. It was more of an empire, Islamic empire. If you're talking about what I think you're talking about, but I think she's talking about the Abbasid dynasty. I think she's talking about back then. If she's talking about back then, Shana, they might have been Muslim territory, but they were not enforcing Islam fully.
I remember a lot of them also came to the Americas.
Yes, that's
maybe a lot is exaggerating it, but like a large portion of the ones that are here, like that have been from a long time, are because of that. It's just right at the beginning of the, what do you call it? Conversos, they call them, the converted that came to the Americas.
Okay, let me just check something. I'd like to check it, but let's go back to because we still don't know how the Jews were. So we now know, apparently, according to Nick, that the Jews are responsible, but we still haven't seen how. Okay, so yes, Israel and Morocco have normalized relationships. Yes, we know about the Abrahamic Accord, but how are Jews? What did the Jews do? What did Israel do to cause this Muslim invasion of Spain? Let's see how he connects them.
Of Israel, their genocide in Gaza, and Israel's ministers, specifically Netanyahu. Spanish ministers have called for Netanyahu to be arrested. They've placed an arms embargo on Israel. They've refused ships docking access in Spain that are delivering weapons to Israel.
Can we just stop 1 second?
Mm-hmm.
There was no genocide in Gaza.
There was no genocide. Thank you. No, there was genocide in Israel in October 7th. That was genocide.
I mean, I would say it's a massacre. I wouldn't like if we're gonna be like real, it's a massacre. I would call it a large massacre. Genocide is like a systemic destruction. Genocide is more like what's going on in South Africa, where the government is systemically trying to kill as many of you as possible. If Israel wanted to do that, they'd all be dead. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like it's that I would call that a definitely a massacre, a tragedy. Some people use the word Holocaust.
October 7th?
Yeah.
Can I tell you why I think October 7th was a genocide?
Because of the intent? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Because it's because of the intent. Because the intent is to wipe out all of. So, but a genocide is not based on the numbers. A genocide is based on the intent. If your intention is to wipe out a population based on ethnicity or culture or religion, then that is genocide. And those people's intention is to, even if you can't kill a single person, even like if you go at try to harm people and not nobody dies. If that action was with the intention to wipe them all out, then it's an act of genocide. So that's why
It's an attempted genocide.
No,
well, I'm saying it because the courts like literally said, "Oh, we're gonna have to roll back this definition because it doesn't fit with what happened in Gaza." Like they've had to roll back this whole. He's using an old interpretation of what happened. They had to revise the numbers, and even these UN people that love to repeat the old a diagnosis, the old verdict that it was a genocide, have had to roll it back because what was shown that actually this wasn't a genocide. So they keep on with the old stuff, but the new one, the UN had to kind of roll that back, but definitionally, but they still use the rhetoric.
So I don't know what UN definitions are working with, but I'm just saying based on the definition I go, and other people could use different definitions. Doesn't, as long as we understand what the working definition is, it doesn't matter, right? It's a semantics thing. But I would consider October 7th to be an act of genocide, not an attempted genocide, right? Because any action with the intention to wipe out a group of people is genocide. Even if you fail at it, it's an act of genocide. Even if you don't manage to, it's not based on how many people you kill, it's based on what your intention was. So an act of massacre could be huge. You could kill millions of people and not do genocide, and you could kill 5 people and that could be genocide because your intention was to keep going until you reach everyone, right? So that's why I think October 7th was genocide. And obviously I completely agree, what was happening in Gaza is not at all genocide because there's no intention of wiping those people out. There's no intention. In fact, the intention is the opposite, to try to preserve as many civilian lives as possible.
Yes,
but it's okay, we could, okay. And okay, we got 2 more super chats, but yes, let me see. Sean is saying it's also an issue with culture. When Europeans would visit America, they were shocked that even the poors had guns and horses. We also have a culture of self-defense and private ownership. Yeah, and culture could spread, I mean, this is why you have California rules, right? Because culture could spread from Japan to United States. So this whole we need to be armed to protect our rights could also spread from United States to other places. So you have that culture, and that's a good culture to have, and we need to spread it around the world. And thank you, Shana. Good point, Shana. Stick and Beans with a super chat saying Monkey is right. There were even many Jewish pirates in the Caribbean. They would only attack Spanish ships, looting them after being forced to leave all of their wealth behind and flee. Okay, that's interesting.
Oy vey, matey.
Thank you. Anyways, let's get to Nick Fuentes and figure out how the Jews are responsible for this Islamic invasion of Spain, because I still don't know how he's going to make that argument.
Spain, under a left-wing government, has been hypercritical of Israel, their genocide in Gaza, and Israel's ministers, specifically Netanyahu. Spanish ministers have called for Netanyahu to be arrested. They've placed an arms embargo on Israel. They've refused ships docking access in Spain that are delivering weapons to Israel. And so the Israelis are only all too happy to see their close friend and ally Morocco seize by proxy through immigration a couple of cities, a colonial remnant in northern Africa belonging to their mortal enemy, Spain.
Wait, okay, that doesn't, even if that's true, I'm not seeing how they did this.
And this policy just so happened to have been co-signed by the Republican-controlled House of Representatives just a few months ago here in the United States.
What policy?
So what you may see on
the policy of supporting Morocco to get to Abrahamic Accords, if that's what you're talking about, I still don't see how Israel did this, pushed Morocco to do this.
Video is a clash of civilizations between Europeans and Muslims. What you see on video might appear to be a Muslim attack on the West.
But it's not.
And it is. And certainly it is. It is a Muslim attack on the United States, or rather, I should say on Europe, on Western.
It's like this is surface level, it's Muslim attack, but if you go deep, it's a Jewish attack. That's what I think he's going to say.
Civilization. It is an invasion of the first world by the third world peasants and savages. But upon closer inspection, when you really understand what is happening, you realize the third worlders are having a lot of help. They're having a lot of help from the U.S., from Israel, and also from Spain's own left-wing government. There's some domestic considerations as well, which we'll get into. And it really is this triangulation of the Muslim savages, the left wing, and the Jewish oligarchy, which is facilitating and accelerating the invasion of the West by massive amounts of migrants. It gives credence to the idea.
That's a lot of claims with zero evidence.
That the only solution, the only way forward for any of these countries is nationalism. We have to get in the middle of all of this. Not the left, not the third worldist Muslims, and not them, not the Israelis, not the Jewish oligarchs. The only thing that can break all three is nationalism. Whites, Christians, Americans, the people of the first world have to take our own side against all these different groups. They all have a hand in it. They are all liable.
So it's basically
our featured story tonight.
Guilt by association, basically. So I was like, okay, how did Israel do this? Oh, because Israel and Morocco are part of the Abrahamic Accord, then Israel did this. Did you see any evidence or arguments for why Israel is responsible for this? It was just guilt by association.
I mean, by that logic, because I don't know. Let me see if I can. Oh, because United States and Canada have some deals. That means that it was U.S. that allowed Chinese car makers to flood Canada with Chinese cars because they have a deal at some point. So that means U.S. gave permission for that. That doesn't make any sense.
That makes absolutely no sense.
You know what? I was looking at where you were telling me, and you're right. Because they don't care how many died, they get to keep the label. But what was revised was the 70% figure that were women and children went down to 20%. And that still may be an exaggeration, but like it went down drastically. The amount of people that are non-combatants that they were claiming to what it actually was. Like that's the number. I was thinking like that definitely. Like I know there was a big shift, but the shift was in the number. But because they don't care about the number, they can still call it a genocide.
Anyways, but I don't know. Did you know that? I don't know, Madagascar and the Islamic Republic have normalized relationship with each other. So can I say Madagascar is massacred the Iranian people in January 8 and 9? Like, is that how this works?
Look, send the bombers, send the B-2 to Madagascar. They're involved.
Right.
Make the sky miss some pixels.
I don't understand. So Israel is to be blamed for this invasion because they are trying, like Israel has a normalized relationship with Morocco because they're trying to have peace instead of having war with every country in the Middle East and North Africa. They're trying.
Oh, I'm sorry. I spilled my water. I spilled my water. Oh my God! It's all over it's all over my keyboard. It was the Jews.
The Jews, obviously. I don't know why. Look at. By the way, this is by the way. Look at this footage from yesterday's migration surge towards Ceuta shows truck unloading young men near the Spanish border with Morocco's royal, what is this? I don't know. Standing by.
Gendarmerie.
Okay, so this is basically the police force there, and they're watching. Oh my God.
Okay, to be fair, what's that guy gonna do? They're just gonna take his gun.
Yeah, I know, right? What is he gonna But how is this all happening at the same day? Like, what was, like, this is obviously organized. right? Like, or else
It
wouldn't
seems
all be
organized. I don't know if it's organized by the government, like Nick Fuentes is saying. I think this guy told him, hey, you can't just have people in your truck like that. They don't have seat belts. Yeah, they have to come out of here, or you're getting all the tickets. Are you going to get all the tickets for all these people sitting here? You're going to take it. Are you paying for all these seatbelt tickets? He's like, no. I'm stopping. Everybody get out. I'm not getting all these. I'm like steel manning a little bit. But usually with these things, there's a lot of NGOs involved. And sometimes what happens, what the government is doing is they're maybe not directly involved, but they look the other way.
But who would do this? Because, this is all organized, right? Like
the UN.
The UN?
The UN, there are other organizations that want to weaken the EU. Like, I wouldn't put it past some Chinese funneling money through NGO, some Russians funneling money through NGO. Maybe these funds have been dispersed for a long time, and they're just like, starting their actions like, hey, we're doing stuff, send more money. You understand what I'm saying? Like, a lot of these NGOs just keep most of the money, but when they do spend money, this is what happened. This happened in South America, I believe. We had an open in the discussion group. We talked about it, and I showed some of the links that UN, specifically UN NGOs. It's like you remember UNRWA?
Yes.
They do this type of shit too. Not that specifically UNRWA, but there's NGO like that when you look deep into them, they're doing this type of nasty stuff, and they do it in South America too. I wouldn't put it exclusively on the UN, but they're usually part of it.
Let's do some super chats. Casey saying he should have to digest that America First had. What? Like eat it? Digest? Yeah. Okay. Eat it. Okay. Eat the hat. And thank you, Casey, for the super chat. Omid is saying the Jews spilled my tea. Yeah, exactly, like Monkey. So your tea, Monkey's water. Monkey, did you know there was literally somebody that claimed that Mossad, like he lost his shoe? Let me see. Who was the person that blamed Mossad for stealing his shoe? I'll look this up. This was a real
Wasn't it
news.
someone in UK or something? It sounds familiar.
Yeah, this somebody lost their shoe, and they actually genuinely claimed that it was Mossad. This was in 2015. So yes, on June 12, 2015, British activist Asghar Bukhari accused Mossad of sneaking into his home and stealing one shoe to intimidate him. The bizarre accusation.
I knew it was a British guy.
Yes, the bizarre. I mean, his name is Islamic. The bizarre accusation quickly backfired online, creating the viral "Mossad stole my shoe" satirical trend on June 13, 2015. That's crazy.
I apologize to the British. I meant a guy in UK.
And Shana with the super chat saying he wants a white Christian America. Notice he keeps equating Europe and the US. He doesn't love America. He loves his fake ideal of America. Yes, white America.
Well, he also loves Hashem, and he might lose the calamari. These things could happen. Like he changes on a dime. You may have the worst ally soon in Israel.
Oh my god. I think he would love that. I think he would love that. He thinks like
if he would flip, he would go hardcore. I wouldn't trust him, but he would go so hardcore because he knows the field of anti-Semites so well that he could dissect them pretty hard. He already goes pretty hard on every other anti-Semite because he wants to be top anti-Semite, right? But if he flipped, I'm not saying you should trust him. I'm just saying when he talks shit about the other anti-Semites, it's oh God, no.
Hey, you asked for it.
Snuck that in there, huh? This guy with his Tucker Carlson haircut over here.
Oh my god. Yeah. You asked for it. But before I go to
I did.
Nullyberg with a super chat saying, "Did you guys hear Rosie the? I don't know how to pronounce that.
Rosie the Riveter.
Gibson.
This is a symbol of World War II women at the
Oh.
workplace in the factories.
Oh, she died. A little off topic, but she was an icon and a hero." Okay, I just pulled this off. Jeanne Gibson is a real-life World War II Rosie the Riveter welder who broke barriers in manufacturing, aviation, and higher education. Her century of courage and activism culminated in receiving the Congressional Gold Medal and ongoing national tributes, and she passed away. So she just recently celebrated her 100th birthday. She was okay. Thank you for telling us, Nullyberg. I didn't know her. People are saying, "Oh, she's an icon." Jeannie. Okay, thank you. Sarah saying RIP. Okay, thank you. Okay, let's get to this garbage person. And you guys know him. This person is a spokesperson of the Islamic Republic. His name is Mohammed Barendi. He's one of the most effective. Like he's constantly used as a propaganda for the Islamic Republic because he speaks English. He was born in the United States, so that's why he constantly gets invited everywhere to represent the Islamic Republic. So let's see what he has.
Also,
to say.
that's not gel on his hair. He's just slimy.
Anyway, by the way, I need to, guys, I drink so much tea. This is my third cup and I have 2 more cups left, so that's why I need to take another restroom break. I'll be right back while I play this. Give me a second.
You who used to frequent Epstein Island, you have no principles and no morality. The Iranian people came to the streets in the tens of millions. We all know it. The footage is there. The international journalists were there, not just in Iran, but in Iraq. The Iranian people have spoken whose side they are. No one is going to be fooled by your propaganda to justify war.
Well, let's get this lawsuit
Okay, Alan
straight.
Dershowitz.
How many times do you think I was at Jeffrey Epstein's island? How many times? Say it again so we could get it on tape. How many times?
One time is more than enough, but I think you've been there 5,
You're
6
saying
times.
multiple times. How many times do you think I was there?
I think you were there 5, 6 times.
Say it again. 5, 6 times? Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
I was his lawyer, just the way I was the lawyer for Palestinians.
What a naive lawyer.
No, don't interrupt me. I was the lawyer for Palestinian students who tried to hang the flag when Yasser Arafat died. I was the lawyer for Nazis in Skokie, Illinois. I helped represent them. I would even represent you if anybody tried to prevent you.
I don't need you.
I'm a lawyer.
I don't need you.
Lawyer does, and that's what lawyers should be proud of. I mean, I'm going to continue to represent people you don't like as long as I have the current strength to do it. And you can cite that as an argument against Israel.
Can I stop this a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so here is the problem. Whoa, what is this? Are those things on the roof? What is going on here? Okay, that blew my mind for a second. But here's the point. The right. Do you understand how it kind of fucked with my brain a little bit? Here's the problem. The right has no answer when the left says Jeffrey Epstein. And there is a very simple answer. It said, "Oh, are you against child marriage in Iran, in Afghanistan? Are you? Oh, so you think? Oh, okay. Are you against Muhammad? Because Muhammad married a 60-year-old and started fucking her when she was 9. So no, please tell us more. No. Let's talk about Jeffrey Epstein. Let's talk about pedophilia. Let's talk about marrying children. No, you brought this topic up. Now you don't want to talk about it. No. You brought it up. You brought Epstein up. What did Epstein do? What his youngest victim was like 13, right? Who was Muhammad's youngest victim?
6.
Okay, so this guy went to jail for what he did. Did you put Muhammad in jail? Do you put people that do this in jail? Because I don't remember Muhammad going to jail. I don't remember anyone going into jail in your country for doing what Epstein did. Did anybody? Epstein was in jail. Did you put Muhammad in jail? Because that would be like, Epstein went to jail. Did you put Mohammed in jail when he did it? Because his youngest victim was 13. How young was Mohammed's youngest victim? 6, 9, 12? What version are you going to give me? Because none of them is 18. That's what you have to do if you're on the right and they bring up Epstein. That's their kryptonite. You have to bring that up.
That's a good point. And let me also clarify. Somebody's saying married at 6, violated at 9. No, violated at 6. Intercourse was at 9. But there are other things that you are allowed to do between 6 and 9 that is not intercourse. So violated at 6, intercourse at 9.
But if let's say we don't even want to get into all that, give them the full benefit of the doubt. Let's just say 9.
Okay, 9.
Let's just
say
9.
9.
Like, just for the argument's sake, like I know that this person is being like, trying to understand like the how the case is laid out. And I commend him. I commend the corporal for seeking to understand all this stuff. That's great. But I'm talking about from the argument perspective. If you're on a show like this, if you're in a debate like this, that's your ace. Oh, you mean like Mohammed? Because Epstein went to jail. Did Mohammed go to jail? Do the people in your country go to jail when they marry a minor? Epstein's youngest victim was 13, and we threw him in jail. Are you going to throw anybody that has sex with a 13-year-old in jail in your country?
You want to hear what the response would be?
What?
Okay, so their response would be, that happens like if a 9-year-old marries a 50-year-old in Iran, the Islamically minded people, right? And they have sexual relationship with each other. That happens within the sanctity of marriage. That's what they would say. Not me, guys. That's what they would say. So that's not a violation. That's not wrong because it happens in the sanctity of marriage with the permission of the parents. That's what they would say.
Yeah, let them say it. Let them say that's still a condemnation. Let them say that. Let them say that in public. Let them use that defense in public. Let them go for it. Let them say it with their own mouths because the U.S. is not going to care. They're going to say that's fucking gross.
Yeah. Yeah, just wanted to.
They're basically accomplices. That would make the parents accomplices.
Yes, exactly. No, that's a good point. Let them explain it. Let them explain it. That helps. All right, let's continue with this.
That as an argument against Israel, but it has nothing to do with Israel. It's just an ad hominem attack on me as a lawyer and on the American legal system. You wouldn't understand the American legal system because you don't have a
yourself said you regret being his lawyer, so don't talk nonsense.
Say it again.
You yourself admitted that you regret being his lawyer, so don't talk nonsense to me.
I don't regret being his lawyer. I'm proud to have been his
regret.
I'm proud to have been president.
This is such a stupid attack. I mean, defense lawyers, this is what defense lawyers does. Yeah. I don't know. But before you explain that, guys, like, I don't think this is a fair attack. The whole point of having defense lawyers is to get the worst people to be able to defend themselves. That's the whole point of having defense lawyers. What the hell are you talking about? How is this even an attack? But yeah, what did he fall for?
He's supposed to be a lawyer. He's supposed to be able to counteract this argument. He's supposed to study the case that he's going to debate. He's supposed to be able to stand in front of the jury. And when something like this happens in cross-examination, he's supposed to have an answer. He's being a terrible lawyer. In defending himself, he is not a good advocate for himself here because he should have, he's trying to defend what he did instead of attacking what he's being accused of. Like, he could say, wait a minute. If this is the moral standard you want to set, okay, let's talk about that moral standard. Because first of all, I didn't do it, but Mohammed did, but it's legal in your country. It's legal for your system. So are you telling me it's bad? Are you saying that it's bad to have sex with a 13-year-old? Are you saying that? Is that what you're saying right here for everyone? Because that's your legal system. That's if I'm a lawyer and I have to go on TV and I want people to come to my office and say, wow, you're such a good lawyer. Let me fucking hire you. I would have a better answer for this guy. And I would know that that's where he's going.
Yeah, so Texas is saying we in United States we're guaranteed the right to to defense. We all should be grateful we have the right to hire attorneys like Alan D over here. Yes, yes, and you know you should also Americans should be proud that they treat their worst people better than other countries treat their best. That's what you should be proud of. But yeah, let's continue.
No, look,
Clinton's
I
lawyer.
agree with that. Look, I agree with that. I'm just saying this is basically a public trial, and the jury is the audience. And if you're having this cross-examination in front of the jury of the public opinion, you should be better prepared.
And also Texas is saying Mamdani is an American citizen. He knows exactly what our system is. Yes, he's not stupid.
Marandi.
Exactly. Marandi. Muhammad Marandi.
I'm been President Clinton's lawyer. I'm proud to have been Ted Kennedy's lawyer. I'm proud to have been the lawyer for hundreds of indigent people who didn't have enough money to have a lawyer. And I would be happy to go to Iran and represent the people who can't get lawyers there who were.
Look at his smug face. He always has that smug face.
That's a good attack. That's a much better angle.
Yes.
And represent the people who can't get lawyers there who were executed yesterday because they went to demonstration.
Oh yeah, that's a good point too. In this, yeah, right. Like in the United States, even Jeffrey Epstein gets a defense. In Iran, you don't get any defense, and before you get executed. Exactly, that's a good point.
You don't even get to be at the trial.
Yeah, no trial, no nothing.
To have been Ted Kennedy's lawyer. I'm proud to have been the lawyer for hundreds of indigent people who didn't have enough money to have a lawyer, and I would be happy to go to Iran and represent the people who can't get lawyers there who were executed yesterday because they went to demonstrations. You have to say what you're saying.
The two people who were executed yesterday, and I've tweeted the footage. The two people, I'm glad you said this. You are so naive. You're not a good lawyer. I tweeted this yesterday, and I will retweet it after this debate. The two people who were executed yesterday, they burned 4 police officers alive and stabbed them.
Bullshit. Fucking bullshit. If that was the case, that would be going viral. Like fucking bullshit.
If they had the evidence, they would have shown it. If the IRGC had any evidence that something like that happened, they would have been non-stop showing it.
Let me see. He says he posted this. I'm trying to find the post that he's talking about. Where's the video? Here, let me go. He says, I posted this and I will retweet it. Okay. So this is his account, Sayed Muhammad Marandi. So this is an old picture. This is his interview. How to dismantle. Where is his? Okay, it's not here.
She's lying.
This is a video him talking. He said they burned some people alive, and I posted the video. Objective. This is not that. What is this? That's not it. That is not it. This is not it. What am I missing? 19 hours. What is this? Is this fire? Okay, here. Okay, so this is what he's talking about. Let me actually see it. Let me see if there's anything in the video that can't be shown on YouTube. Oh, no, this is not it. This is oil tankers. Oil tankers. Okay, so that's not it. What is this? A wedding in Israel, so that's not it. Okay, this is... Oh, is this it? Pause. Zionists are monsters, so this is in Israel. This is the Spanish. Okay, this is not, I'm not seeing it. Guys, if there was a video like that, I would probably get posted over and over and over again by the Islamic Republic on state TV, by the pro-regime people. Like that, that video would be going viral. They would be showing that to us everywhere if there was such a video.
Yep.
So yeah, nothing. Okay, and these are. Yep, nothing here.
Okay, so I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that this guy, because he always lies, there's a possibility that he's lying again.
Yeah, probably.
You got to check that on the side, but like this guy is always lying.
Yes.
Like if you look at this guy on the screen and look at this guy with his Tucker Carlson haircut, this guy is always lying. He's constantly lying. So like I put no credence into what he says. I don't think he is going to show him the burned bodies of the IRGC soldiers. Like there may be
children
some
dying in
stuff there.
Palestine. Yeah, there's some children in Gaza dying under bombardments. I'm seeing that. I can't.
We
show
hope
that.
you understand that we can't show you that, but we are looking at this, and by what we see, it's just not there because this dude is a liar.
Okay, so let me see. I found something. Two Iranian rioters who burned police officer alive, beat them up. Okay, so I don't know if I could show what I'm seeing here. Monkey, I'll send it to you on Telegram. Can you take a look at it and tell me? Because I'll send it to you on Telegram. Tell me what this is, because it's blurred and I'm not sure what I'm even seeing. I'm not seeing any, but there's a fire. But I don't want to show it on YouTube in case there is a body. It's all blurred. I think I can show it because it's all blurred. But I'm not seeing a body there. Do you think that's safe to show on YouTube? That's what he posted. I think it's safe to show.
Okay, I'm looking at it. I wouldn't show it just because of the leanings of the platform. I like. Okay,
I think
if
because it's all blurred and there's no body there. I'm not seeing anybody there.
yeah, I don't think it breaks the terms, but I just
How
don't
about
trust the
how about I show
algorithm.
the picture? I show it without playing the video, just to be safe.
I think a still image would pass the test. I think you could probably play it. Like, I wouldn't take the risk on your channel because it's your channel.
just
But
show
if
the-
I was
I'll
alone, I
just-
would play it on mine. Like if I was just alone on mine, I would play it. Like I would 100% play it. If you want to
So I'm not
do
going
it,
to play the video, guys. I'm just going to show you. There is no body here. I'm not seeing anybody here. It's all blurred. And they're saying that this is evidence. Two Iranian rioters who burned police officers alive, beat up, and dismembered them in December were executed. So this video does not show what the caption claims. Even like this video does not prove that this caption is correct. Like it doesn't show at all. It doesn't show that these two people were the people who were executed, and it doesn't show that this is a body. There's nothing that connects these two people to the people who are being executed. This is a video that if you play it, you cannot tell what's happening. And he's posting that as absolute proof that the people who were executed burned somebody alive.
I'm gonna add to that. That doesn't look like 4 people.
Yeah.
That like this little section right there, that didn't look like 4 people.
Well, he
Like
says
I don't buy any of it.
He himself is saying 2 of them who were executed. But yeah, this is not evidence. This doesn't prove anything. Even if this is true, you know how you could prove that this is true? To actually have a court, to actually have defense. That's the whole point of having defense lawyers, to look at the evidence, question it, bring experts, examine it, challenge it. You don't get to execute people because you just posted a random video tweet that is blurred online, and you just make a random claim about it. We don't know what's happening there. I don't see anybody. Everything is blurred. I don't know who those two people are. You should just accept that 2 people were executed because you just posted a random blurred video online. Like that's the whole. In fact, that video proves why we need lawyers like this to come and check your garbage evidence and see if it's actually evidence of anything.
I also think like that's definitely not 4 bodies. Like he said it expressly that they killed 4 officers. I don't see how that's 4 officers. I
mean,
don't know what they're talking about.
There? Do you even see one body? Like, can you confirm that it is one body is even there?
Whatever it is, it's not enough mass to be like if you're gonna be like, oh my god, maybe that's what's there. The way that it's burning is not the way that would burn. That's not how that burns. That's a consistent burn. That the human body doesn't burn like that. There's a lot of things about this that makes me agree with you that this might not even be a body. Like, I don't know what that is, but it's not enough mass to be 4 people. I don't know why it's staying on like that. But I don't agree with. I don't know. I don't trust this video, and I don't trust these people.
Guys, let me finish this video and then read the super chats, because I'm going to be on OAN soon. I'm going to be on the news, so I need to get ready for that. So let me just finish this video.
And I will retweet it after this debate. The 2 people who were executed yesterday, they burned 4 police officers alive and stabbed them.
Who were executed before that?
They were executed because of murdering 4 police officers.
Liar. This you know, if your claim was true, why not just have a court? Why not have a court? Why not have defense lawyers? Why don't you do that? Like, if this was true, you wouldn't be afraid of them being able to represent themselves and defend themselves.
So I will retweet that today. But that's and that, by the way, what happened during that armed? Don't be afraid. Let me explain. Don't be afraid of people listening. You are the one. You are the one from the civilized world. You are the proud Zionists, the ethno-supremacists that we should all be listening to. So don't worry about what. Don't worry if people hear what I say. Your own Israeli regime, the regime that you love so much, is self-admitted that they were behind the armed insurgency.
What the fuck?
Okay, there's another point I want to make. Like, we went over his feed and we did see a lot of stuff that is uncensored. So why would you censor that one?
Oh, yeah, you're right, actually. Yes, why would... That's a good point, Monkey. Like, these people love showing, like, you know, children in Gaza, their bodies, their blood, the different pieces of them being all over the place. Why is this one blurred? Why is this one blurred? You're right. Why wouldn't the Islamic Republic put out the unblurred version of this out there if they have this as evidence? That's Monkey. Great point. Fantastic point. Good job.
If it was the truth, if it was true, they wouldn't blur it. They wouldn't blur it if they could prove anything with it.
Yes. It's not like X doesn't allow. X is not like YouTube. They allow you to post stuff like that there. That's a good point.
This guy's full of shit.
This guy's full of shit. Yes. Mark with a super chat saying, if in doubt, blame the Jews. Also vote 2. Always vote 2. Yes. You know, Mark, because of you, if we ever do a poll, I'll put my option as number 2. So your vote always counts for
I'm checking my shoes to see if they're both here.
Yes. Alexia, thank you so much for the super chat saying, Armin June, need assistance. P.S. Havoto Daram. You have my email. Much love. Payande Iran. Javid Shah. Also, now everyone that drinks tea, guilt of stealing someone's shoe and spilling monkey's water. Yes. If anybody spills tea or anyone's shoe is missing, anyone's water spilling, anything is Jews. It's the Jews. It's always the Jews. Thank you, Alexia. And Nima with a super chat saying, not to mention Khomeini's little book. Yes. Tahrir al-Masail, which I'm not going to go into that, because if I go, like last time I told people what's in that book about, you know, sexual relationships and children, people were leaving. People like, I'm never coming back here ever again. So I'm not going to explain that ever again. But
we're not going to read it. Don't unsub.
Yes, don't unsub. We're not going to explain. We're not going to explain. Yeah, it was so vile, so disgusting. Guys, We are going to be okay. Let me actually prepare all of this. Where's monkeys? Where's the monkeys? Oh, I don't have it prepared. Oh, there we go. Monkeys channel. Subscribe to Monkeys channel. Okay, so few things. Guys, look at this. I'm gonna go to the news. I'm gonna go on the news. OAN. That's why we're ending early. But before I go, in 2 hours, we're going to be in our discussion group. So join our discussion group because we have daily group calls in our discussion group. Join us there and participate in the discussion. I will be there. Monkey, will you be there? I'm there every day. Monkey is there every day.
Yes,
Put the link in.
I'll definitely join it.
Okay, so the link is in the chat. The link is in the QR code in the top left. The link is also on the Liberty Politics YouTube channel. And the bio link is over in the bio section. There's a link over there that takes you to our discussion group. If you don't want to join our discussion group, you could watch our discussion live on Liberty Politics in 2 hours. And also, don't forget to support the monkey. Here, let me bring the monkey's channel. Let's see how many subscribers he has. Oh, you're over 800. 2 more hundred to get 2,000. Yes, fantastic. Let me put the link to the monkey in the chat as well, so you guys could subscribe to his channel as well. Link is in the chat. All right, monkey. And sorry for ending the show 1 hour earlier than usual today. I just have to. I'm gonna be on the news. They're gonna ask for my opinion. I don't know about what, so hopefully I'm prepared for it.
You can make it up to us. You can make sure you get us a link to that interview later, and that'll do as a compensation.
I will post it. They gave me permission to post it on Liberty Politics YouTube channel.
That's
So
fantastic. All right.
Yeah. Yes, there we go. We also got another super chat by Jagatai. Jagatai saying U.S. and Israel all Goldie Marandi's pinky finger. Yes, true. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. All right, guys. I'm gonna head out, and I'll see you guys in about 2 hours on in the group discussion or on Liberty Politics YouTube channel, depending on where you're gonna watch us. And Mikey, do you have anything else to say before we go?
No. Be there or be square. We'll be waiting for you.
Oh yeah, and Fit over 50 Fitness just gave us 2 jewels. Thank you so much. Thank you for the jewels. All right, guys. I'll see you guys soon. And until then, I'm Israel Chai, Slava Ukraine, Cuba Libre, Long Live America, Javid Shah, Payende, Iran. Mwah.
Peace.
Peace.